The false gap is a famous tactic used by Alexander the Great, one of the greatest commanders in world history. It is done by creating what looks to be a weakness in your lines through the use of a gap. This will bait your opponent into attack, exposing their own weakness that you will quickly strike. Here is a map using arrows to represent it if you are interested. The red represents actions being done later, so first red will attack, and then blue will launch their counterattack. So now let us discuss counters of this maneuver, and how to counter said counters. First, you have the concentrated center. This is done by concentrating your army's power in the center of your formation, with hopes of breaking your opponent's center, and splitting them up like that. And as you can see in this scenario, not only does red have their soldiers down the middle like they did previously, but now they also have soldiers protecting their infantry who are destroying the blue's infantry. This means that the blue cavalry cannot do the same maneuver that they did previously. And so while they would need extra cavalry to do this, blue can counter this through their use of extra cavalry on the flanks, which they can use to go conduct a pincer maneuver. Blue can follow through with this, break through red's lines, and then have them in the same position there was previously. And next we have the oblique order. This is where you reinforce one flank and have that being your main weapon. In such a case, blue could be very easily overwhelmed as they're outnumbered on all flanks. As long as red does not make a mistake, allowing blue to split the center, they'll have an easy victory. But even if they do split it, as you can tell, blue is in a terrible position. So, what can blue do? Well, both sides are likely to have a commander. And if red's commander is staying at the back of their lines, like in HQ, blue can use their cavalry to break through red's weakened flank and charge their commander. After rounding the commander, they can go flank the rest of red's army. Against the oblique order, a different variation of the false gap is better. Instead of creating a literal gap in the center of your lines, you can instead create a gap between your center and one of your flanks. This will bait your opponent into trying to push forth, take advantage of the gap, and attack. Now you can perform the same breakthrough maneuver you did previously to break through their flank and attack their commander. However, there's another even better way to do this. This time swap around your infantry and your cavalry, and instead have them charge your men on the flank. You should end in this position, hopefully. There is chances that you could have already lost the battle. But when you're outnumbered 2-1, that usually is highly likely. Either way, in this position, if you couldn't tell, red's HQ is actually in a very bad position. As you can tell, all blue has to do is break through these two infantry blocks, and they instantly have red's HQ pinched, and they can go attack the rest of red's infantry. This allows blue to potentially win, even in a position as horrible as this. This was just a quick rundown on the false gap. There's a lot more to the false gap, and more counters and counter-counters in other scenarios, but I will not be covering that today. This is kind of like an advertisement. I will be posting a video about Alexander's battles where he used this tactic. So if you want to see that, stay tuned. Yeah, so thank you for watching today's video. Relatively short. I'm trying to keep my videos shorter. Give me any video ideas you guys want, any tactics you guys want me to cover. And, well, I guess just pop in for my video about Alexander the Great's battles using this tactic. Thank you.